Well, certainly the response to the fact that, scientifically, we appear to be nearing the apex, particularly in the New York area. We've seen potentially the apex in both Italy and Spain. The market is responding appropriately, certainly given the speed of the decline. We perhaps ideally like to see the gains moderate a little bit more, a little less frantic, but it certainly does make us feel better that the chances are increasing that the March low may have been the low, although we do expect another bout of weakness perhaps as we get it later into the month.
Julian, the CBOE volatility index, the VIX, it's not something we talk about often, but in this case here, it's a measure of volatility. At the highs, we were above 80. We're now back down towards the 40s. It's still elevated, but what does that tell you about the current regime with regard to volatility in the markets?
So what it actually tells us is that, again, the degree of the frantic selling, the panic selling, really liquidation, even if we do pull back a little bit more, is going to be diminished. And that's sort of part of a healthy base building process. And ideally, we think that if you do pull back, what's likely to happen is the VIX is going to respond less forcefully than it did. And what's important for us is we like to see the S&P 500 VIX trade below the Nasdaq VIX. The Nasdaq tends to be a bit more volatile. And in general, when you see that relationship flip like it does now, it shows that there's a lot of concern out there. But when it mean reverts and the S&P 500 VIX goes lower, that's usually very positive for markets looking out 6 and 12 months. All
right, so we've got just a few moments left here. Your favorite and your least favorite sectors or places to invest right now?
So we think that, in an environment where the laggards, once the bear market ends, tend to lead, puts us towards financials and energy, particularly if with all the government stimulus, which could end up being close to 20% of global GDP or more, longer-term yields are likely to rise. That's really a very strong case for financials. Sure. We lighten up on consumer staples, which, have really rallied very strongly, giving the hoarding mentality.